Welcome to the Soul Health Mentor podcast with Nadia Kraus. Learn how to move your awareness out of your mind and into your heart so you can embody your divinity, experience joyous peace of mind, and create your most vibrant life by opening to receive your soul's sacred medicine.
Hello, beautiful soul. Hello, strong heart. Hey, brilliant listener. Welcome back to Soul Health Mentor Podcast. I am so grateful and so happy that you are here listening to this episode. In this week's episode, I'm talking all about behavioral change. Changing your behavior, swapping out the negative with the positive. In fact, I've been talking about this all of the month of August. So if you haven't listened to episodes 81 and 82 yet, I highly recommend that you do, because in episode number 81, I spoke about how it's not you, it's your environment. There's nothing wrong with you. You have the power to change your environment. I shared one of my favorite quotes with you, which I'll share with you again right here, right now, and it goes something like this. If a flower doesn't bloom, you do not fix the flower. You fix the environment in which it grows. And that's what I've been talking about all of August. In episode number 82, I guided you through a process where you can experience and feel your ideal environment for soul health and purpose, because it's not talked about enough, if at all. Nobody knows what radiant health feels like, looks like. We know what disease looks like and feels like. We know what sickness feels like. But what is true well-being? What is radiant health? What is soul health and purpose? It's not just the absence of disease. No, it's so much more. It's physical health and happiness, emotional balance and well-being, mental calm, clarity and focus. It is spiritual awakening and awareness, and it is physical health and prosperity. It's all of that. You are meant to live your best life. That is soul health and purpose. Today, I will speak about a topic that you might not like the title of this episode. You might not like how it sounds when I say your new environment is going to cost you your old one. But it's the truth. It's the truth. To start being an active person, you have to let go of your sedentary lifestyle. To be a positive person, or at least a happier person in the sense that you want to be positive, you have to let go of your negativity. To be a person that is at her or his ideal weight, you have to let go of the lifestyle that puts on the extra pounds. That is behavioral change. And it's not just about willpower and pushing through and forcing your way through, trying to will yourself not to do something. It's not about that. It's not either or. It is and. So if you know that you need to move your body more because you want to let go of some excess pounds, if you know that you need to eat better because you're eating too much junk food, it is not about either or. It's not about the mentality, I can't have that because I want to lose weight. It's how can you create a lifestyle and an environment where you can thrive, where you can have the and. How can I enjoy my food and let go of the pounds? How can I move my body and enjoy the movement that I'm doing? That's what I'm about. I'm not about to tell you what not to do. I'm trying to open the horizon to thinking bigger. So let's talk about how your new environment is going to cost you your old one. What does that even mean? So I've already introduced you a little bit to what it means. It means that you're identifying a negative habit and you're replacing it with a positive one. And when I say negative and positive, I do not mean good or bad. It is not a judgment. What it means is this habit really helping you to be the person that you want to be in this lifetime? That's positive. If it is, if you say yes, that's your positive habit. Yes, because it lets me be more of me. I become more of me because of this habit. If you answer the question with a no, is this habit helping me to be more of what I want to be? And you answer with a no, then it's a negative habit because it's taking you away from your soul desire. It's taking you away from your heart's wish. And that's how we define negative and positive here at Soul Health Mentor. So, of course, your new environment is going to cost you your old one because your old environment is anchored in negative habits that take you away from what you actually want to be, do, and have. So it's time to create this new environment of positive habits. And we could get really into detail in every single area of soul health and purpose. We could specifically talk about physical health and happiness. How do you create a positive environment? We could talk about emotional well-being and balance. How do you create an environment in that area that has you thriving and that is positive? It's your positive expression. We could talk about mental calm, clarity, and focus. We could talk about spiritual awareness and awakening. We could talk about physical health and prosperity. What I'm going to do, we could get really specific, but I think that would be overkill, and that's not the point of this episode. So we're going to do something that entails all life areas. And because I always walk my talk and take my medicine, I'm really here to embody my soul health and purpose. And as I embody my soul health and purpose, I inspire, empower, uplift others to live theirs by illuminating the pathway there. So right now, I'm actually doing the magic practice. I'm reading the book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and I'm practicing it as well. And I'm not doing this alone. I'm actually doing this with a posse, a sisterhood of like-minded hearts and souls. It's my membership program, which is called the Empowered Goddess Temple, where we practice sacred self-care the goddess way in natural rhythms and cycles, in harmony with the earth and the moon and ourselves. And it's been amazing. It's just been a few days, but this is such a powerful practice. And it's not just practicing gratitude from your mind. It is not thinking, oh, I should be grateful or I should be happy. It's not that at all. It is a wonderful book, so I highly recommend you get the book if you don't know it. It's The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Get the book. The first 28 pages are the introduction. And after that, you start practicing the magic, which is heartfelt gratitude, every day. And you learn 28 magical practices to really magnify and amplify your magnetism that helps you create that environment where you can thrive. It helps you attract what you require, desire, and deserve, because a flourishing environment that is healthy, a healthy ecosystem, naturally attracts bees and pollinators and abundance, and everything is working, nothing is lacking. Everyone in that environment is healthy. And that's the type of environment that I want to create for myself. And learning these 28 practices, you will cover every single life area. So you will cover physical health and happiness. You will cover emotional well-being and balance through gratitude, mental calm, clarity, and focus. You're focusing on gratitude instead of taking things for granted. So that's a biggie. You're focusing on spiritual awareness and awakening because it really is a spiritual practice to consciously practice the magic in your life, to be grateful for what you have, but to also create more of what you want, what you require, desire, and deserve. And so it's just really wonderful, wonderful. And if you're looking for a community to do it with, because sometimes when we try to do something on our own, it's not that you can't, but sometimes life gets in the way, and it does help to have a community of like minded souls and hearts, a sisterhood that has your back, and doing it together just creates that wonderful momentum. It's a lot of fun. We also gather in Sanctuary Sisterhood circles, and our next Sanctuary Sisterhood circle is on the 27th of August. If you want to join us for that, we'll be discussing the book and we'll be discussing the magic and how the magic is showing up in our life. Sisterhood circles are a wonderful way to nourish, nurture, and support your soul desires, your dreams, your heart's wishes, and to really start taking care of yourself. That's what the Empowered Goddess Temple is all about. It's about sacred self-care and soul care to take care of yourself while you manifest the dream your soul has for you, while you create that environment, that new environment where you can thrive, and you let go of that old environment that is costing you. It is costing you happiness. It is costing you clarity. It is costing you focus. It is costing you balance. It is costing you fulfillment. And who wants that? I don't want that. So gratitude is something that is not a mental thing. It is felt in the heart. That is when it's most effective. And I'm going to share the 2 core practices that you can start practicing right now that I learned through the book The Magic, which I found in 2011, and I've been practicing these core practices since then, not perfectly, not always consistently, but I have been practicing them, and I hold myself to a standard of grace, not perfection. So there comes the time when I want to do it more amplified, and the time is now. We're doing it in the sisterhood, we're doing it in the temple to manifest things, to become that magnet to our soul desires. But the 2 core practices that I want to introduce you to right now are counting your blessings, and I added a phrase to the back of it because we take things for granted often. So I call it counted your blessings, counting my blessings, and making them count. Because by counting my blessings, I'm acknowledging my life. I'm not taking it for granted. So I'm making it count. I'm making my life count. And gathering a magic rock for yourself. So let me explain these 2 practices. Counting your blessings basically is an exercise where you list 10 things you are grateful for right now. 10 things. And the first time I tried this back in 2011, I still remember. I remember that it was really, really easy. It was so easy for me to list 10 things that I was unhappy about. Maybe it was even more, but I know it was easy. I was so unhappy about so many things. And it was so hard for me to come up with 5 things that I was grateful for. So I couldn't even do the 10. I had to build up to it. So The Magic by Rhonda Byrne asks you to count your blessings every day. That's a core practice. 10 things you are grateful for. And then you say the magic words. The best way to do it is to write it down in a journal and to really think about why it makes you happy. Then to read what you wrote and to say 3 words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in the evening time, you've gathered a magic rock for yourself. That can be a crystal, it can be an ordinary rock. You choose your rock and you place that rock at your bedside. And the task is to go over your day and to find the best thing that happened to you in that day. The amazing thing is that once you start counting your blessings consciously in the morning, and you start your day that way, and then by nighttime you reflect your end of day, you will notice that so many more things than just one thing that is good has happened. And it actually becomes a little hard to choose what the best thing is because so many good things are happening. But still, you choose the one best thing that happened that day while you hold your magic rock. And as I said before, I highly recommend you get the book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and you do the 28-day practice because you become a ninja. You become so good at gratitude and your life changes dramatically and magical things start happening because you are becoming a magnet for all good things in your life because you're letting go of that old environment of negativity, of taking things for granted. And in my words, because that was me back in 2011, you stop bitching and griping in your head, because I know I was bitching and griping in my head all the time. And I was listing all the things that make me unhappy. I was counting negative things instead of positive things. So this practice, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, which is heartfelt gratitude, the 28 practices she introduces you to, that will help you let go of that old environment. And then this sentence, your new environment is going to cost you your old one, isn't that threatening at all? Because you're like, yes, please, I want to let go of that old environment. Yes, please, I want to welcome my new environment. Yes, please. And I just introduced you to the 2 core practices. So if that's all you do, it will be amazing. It will be amazing. And I highly, highly nudge you, urge you, invite you to do that for yourself, to gift yourself those 2 practices. But if you want to really create momentum, allow yourself to experience that magic by 28 more practices, or I should say 26 more practices, because you already learned 2. And if you want to do that with a posse, with a sisterhood, so that you don't stop, so that you don't sabotage your own efforts, so that you don't break your own promise to yourself, then come join us at the Empowered Goddess Temple. And now I will tell you how you can do that. So you can go to soulhealthmentor.com and you'll see a website pop up and you'll see different banners because I offer different services. And if you look through the banners, if you allow yourself to just take a minute and stop and slow down and breathe and listen to your heart, you will notice that the 3rd banner that shows up is the Empowered Goddess Temple. And then you click on the button and you learn more about the temple, and you can enroll for a call with me where we go on a soul heart journey where you find your soul power mantra to accompany you on that journey to a new environment. And then you get to test drive the Empowered Goddess Temple membership for 1 whole month. All the benefits that this temple holds for you, you get to experience it because there's a whole content library of sacred self-care and soul care practices. And there's beautiful, like-minded women in our membership that you get to meet. You get to join our Sanctuary Sisterhood Circle on August 27th. And then you get to decide if you want to stay and subscribe. So that's how you can find our Empowered Goddess Temple. And if that's not for you right now, that's totally okay. I still would love to know how your magic practice, your core practice, those two things, counting your blessings and making them count, and the magic rock in the evening, thinking about the best thing that happened that day. I would love to know how it's going for you. And you can do that. You can share that. Let me think. There's many places you can share that. So you can share it on the Podbean app. Podbean is my podcast host. If you download the Podbean app, you actually can comment on the episode you're listening to. So you could do that there. You could also do it on my Facebook account, my social media, Nadia Shana Kraus, Nadia, Nadia Shana, Shana, and Kraus, Krauss. You could do it there. And we'll do those two things. It gets too much. So you could do, those are your two choices. I would love to hear from you. I really would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. And now I want to tell you what's happening in the next episode. I'm really grateful and excited to be able to introduce you to the next era of quantum healing, Scalar Light with Tom Palladino. And that episode drops on August 30th. Until next time, bye.
Thank you for listening to the Soul Health Mentor podcast with Nadia Kraus. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review at Apple Podcasts or wherever podcasts are playing.